And now for something completely different.
Speaking of going down, Stevie Ray Vaughan. We're going down that rabbit trail again.
We are going down that path. Yes, you've enjoyed the Stevie Ray.
I have.
We hit the Robin Trower, and I felt, you know what? I miss old Stevie.
I'm down. Every time, there's a number of things that I look forward to. It's a guitar behind the back, pouring sweat, and some incredible music. That's really what I've learned to expect from Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Major chops, no doubt about it. Now, this song that we're going to do, Little Wing, was written and originally performed by one Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, really? So this is a cover?
This is a cover, but Stevie was a huge fan of Hendrix, and there's an ongoing debate as to which of the two of them is the better, and I think it's not a fair debate. Jimi Hendrix, he cleared the path, man. He was the guy with the machete going through the forest, the jungle, clearing the path that other people could follow in, study his technique, and then do other things too. So there's a separation between them. Jimi Hendrix, were he alive today, I think he would tell you that he was watching The Who very closely. Definitely in his stage presence and other areas like that. But, it isn't so much who's better, really. It's Stevie Ray rocks. Let's watch that one.
That's what works for me. Yeah,
Little Wing is the song.
It's all objective, and I always have a good time.
And hello, fellow humans.
the new music will return with more from Stevie Ray Vaughan on City TV and Chum FM.
Man,
Chum
Chum
FM.
FM.
Chum FM. Must be a sea town.
Chum FM.
Yes.
Man, we mentioned in, I don't know, some other video, and I really liked it. You said it, and it's, how do you objectively measure what is a good song and what is a bad song? Because it's the arts. It's so subjective. It's up there with food and drink and everything else. It's just your personal experience. But I think the best way I've ever heard is what you said, and that's, when the song is over, did you want there to be more, or were you ready for it to be done? That song could have been another 10 minutes long, John. Like, I was just transfixed the entire time. I barely had thoughts in my head. I was just enjoying it. And I think that at the end of the day might be one of the highest compliments you could pay to a song, was just, I'm so sad it's over. You could have just kept jamming, man.
Could have kept going on that one.
He is one of the few that I'm very, very sad I'll never get to see. I think a lot of the time, music's great. It's recorded. I can listen to it. I'm thrilled to just listen to excellent, versions of things. I'm fine with the fact that I'll never see these people play live. It doesn't bother me at all. But he's one of the ones that I am sad that that's never a thing I'll get to see.
Yeah. I'm just quite a talent, quite a showman.
Well,
passionate.
That, and I'm quite sure that every performance you ever saw was not the same. He was playing what he felt in the moment. And I'm sure there was some overarching melody. There was some overarching thing the musicians knew how to follow. But at the end of the day, I think that a lot of that was him, pulling it off at the time. And it shows. It's incredible to watch. I will say one big thing. So we recently did what's his name? Palmer. What's his?
Oh, Emerson. Oh, you mean Robin Trower?
Robin Trower.
Yes.
So we recently did a video by him, and one of my complaints about that video was how the bass player only played one note, ba-bum, 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 for 7 minutes straight. That's the only thing the bass player did the entire song. So out of curiosity, I also made sure that I did pay attention to the bass player in this, because Stevie Ray Vaughan, I would assume, with what little I know, that he would play with top tier musicians. I think by the time you get to play with Stevie Ray Vaughan, you better be the best of the best.
Yes.
That bassist was going nuts. He was all over the place. He was fantastic. He was keeping up with the song. He was adding to it. He was giving it depth. Whereas, we had a bassist on the other one that just played the same two notes over and over again. And I know that's a choice the band made as a whole. I don't know that at all. I wildly conjecture that's a choice.
In the band, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, Noel Redding was a lead guitar player that Hendrix met and asked him to play bass. So what you have in Noel Redding of the Jimi Hendrix band, of the Jimi Hendrix Experience, is a guy who approaches the bass like a lead guitar, like Geddy Lee does, like Chris Squire of Yes did. Mm-hmm. So these guys are not gonna play two notes and call it a day.
Yeah, and I like that. I love that. I want you to play your instrument to the best of your ability alongside these titans of their craft, because I think it lent such a depth of bass, such a backbone to the piece, that Stevie Ray Vaughan was killing it, but he was killing it on top of a solid foundation.
Yeah. On top of a bass guitar player who was killing it.
And so when you put those two together, and I don't have anything bad to say about the drummer, but he's also just kind of there, I guess.
He's a good, what they call a pocket drummer, and he is intuitive, because when you're following a Stevie Ray Vaughan, you darn well better be intuitive.
I would assume so. And he was great. I think the biggest compliment I could give him was, at no point did I fully notice him. He was always there. He was always excellent, always perfectly on pace, on sync, on beat.
In the pocket.
Yeah, into the pocket. But he also didn't seem to do a ton of flair.
No, he did subtle things, and he wasn't too much and he wasn't too little.
He let the two other dudes shine, and boy, did they.
Yeah, yep.
I think, he was part of that excellent foundation that that Stevie Ray Vaughan could really just walk all over solidly knowing it was there for him.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, Hendrix or Stevie Ray Vaughan, they're both gone. So all we have is footage now, and appreciate it for everything it's worth.
I very much appreciate that it exists. And I do want to say a side note about, sometimes I do comment on, I assume the director, whoever is calling the edit for the shoot. And I think that was probably one of the earlier reaction videos. Think about it. A director showing shots of an audience is a reaction video.
It is. That is a reaction. And the jaws were agape.
Mm-hmm. The jaws. Everyone was, I assume, having roughly the same feeling I was, just enraptured, completely lost in the piece.
I'll tell you, there's a neat concert footage of Janis Joplin out there. And a couple of times they go to the audience and they realize that one of the people in the audience is Mama Cass Elliot from the Mamas and the Papas. And Mama Cass Elliot is watching Janis Joplin sing on stage, and Mama Cass is like that, And I do enjoy watching other reaction videos, and I've seen so many people when they go to that shot of Mama Cass, and then they go away from it. Those people don't even comment because they don't even know that one of the best singers is watching one of the best singers.
Yeah, and you can't get much more of a compliment than one of the best singers being floored by your singing.
Yeah.
Well, more Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I gotta say, I'm just more of a fan.
I know you are.
That's the end?